few minutes. But this is the underlying mentality. And so what veganism is the antidote to our culture's essential dilemmas, because veganism is simply a new word for ahimsa, which is the ancient Sanskrit word that means nonviolence. Another way of saying nonviolence is, I guess you could say, is love or compassion for others. What veganism is really is radical inclusion. It's yearning to live my life in a way that I'm not excluding other living beings from the sphere of my compassion. And the key to this is that what ahimsa is and veganism are keys of living a spiritual life authentically and practically in a way that brings us joy, and it brings blessings to everyone. This is our essential sanity as beings of consciousness. We are aware, I think, at a deep level that whatever we sow, we will reap. You know, if you basically took all the world religions and tried to sort of boil down the teachings, all of them would agree, I think, essentially on the essential spiritual teaching, which is whatever you would most want for yourself, give that to others. If I want to be loved, then be loving. If I want to be free, then don't confine others. Because whatever we put out will come back. This is a universal principle. We live in a culture that somehow has lost touch with that essential wisdom, that whatever you sow, you will reap. We think somehow it doesn't matter what we do to animals. And so we numb ourselves somehow. It's almost like, when we're little kids, we learn not to put our hand on a hot stove. We learn it's not a good idea. Well, that's basically what we're doing when we're killing animals for food, especially 75 million animals a day. We're sowing seeds that harm us enormously. And what veganism is understanding essentially that all beings have interests. They really, we know that. And we know if we have for example, a companion animal like a dog or a cat, they absolutely have interests. You step on their tail and they kind of yelp and, stop it, don't hurt me. They can feel physical pain and they can feel psychological pain and social pain, and just like we can. We're basically vertebrates and we share the same basic nervous system. So what our culture does from the time we're born is indoctrinate us with this idea through our meals, without saying it explicitly, that certain beings just don't matter. They're here for us to use. And so this essential mentality of privilege and elitism and domination and cruelty and violence, all these things, it all goes together. And it's essentially